everyone, this is Chrissy from Quick, and I am joined today by Dane Golden from Hey.com. At Quick, we believe every story has value and every person has a story worth telling. And today we're going to hear all about Dane's story. So I just met you yesterday.
We did meet.
I learned that you're from Portland. Have you always lived in Portland?
I've lived in Portland for 3 years.
3 years. So where did you live before that?
I lived in California, both north and south, and cool things to do in both areas.
Where did you live at in Southern California?
Grew up in Orange County mostly.
Okay.
And went to UCLA, and in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and a little bit in Marin.
So what took you to Portland?
I realized I can do this from anywhere, and I was looking for cool places. I did some scouting trips. I decided on Portland. Yeah.
So it was just, you went out and you looked for a new place.
Yeah.
And then you just made it happen.
So the video marketing and video entertainment are sort of inverting right now, because a lot of creators are moving from elsewhere to LA not because they want to be in movies, but because that's where creators are doing the most stuff in common. However, for video marketers, Tim Schmoyer, Jeremy Vest, Daryl Eves, they're all over the country and not in the major metropolitan areas because they can do what they need to do from the smaller, more affordable, family-oriented towns.
But at a global level.
Oh, there's no limit to what they're doing. They all have high-powered Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yes, that's so important in video to have high-powered Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, you don't do that, your life's over, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So I love that you just made a decision, you made it happen. A lot of people are afraid to go out and try new things, and you moved your whole life to Portland. Have you always had this sense of no fear?
Well, I'm actually afraid of everything, but I do it anyway.
I can tell.
That being said, if you are not willing to try new things and risk failure, you're going to have a very difficult time in the economy of the future. Video certainly changes, every 2 weeks there's something totally different, and all the rules have changed. I mean, some of the rules always stay the same, but some of the rules change every week or two. But in this world, if we are not adjusting and changing, we are in big trouble. Moving a city is it's one of the least things you could do. There's all sorts of changes coming.
So yesterday that you were telling me that you create video for clients.
Actually, we work with clients that are creating videos, and we help them with strategies that can get people coming back again and again. Yeah. They create the videos, we don't do any production.
Are you seeing a rise in video from small businesses? Are they adopting video like they should be?
If we look around here, that's certainly true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anecdotally, that's true. And certainly the platform is growing. All the platforms are growing in video. So I think yes, I would say that's true. Yeah.
What's your favorite platform?
We focus on YouTube, but I also love LinkedIn. The thing about LinkedIn video and Facebook video and non-YouTube video platforms is that since video is not the only thing they do, they can change their algorithm very quickly. Yeah. And so right now, LinkedIn is emphasizing video. They might change it, or not every video, or one of your 3 videos. They could change something tomorrow, so you have to adapt. You have to know what's going on and have to get your advantage while you can get it.
So would you agree that you shouldn't be on one platform?
I'm not. I think if you do something really well, you can stay on one platform, but you are always at risk when you are on someone else's platform of them taking you off that platform. With no recourse, no due process. They don't have to give you any due process.
And then you've lost everything that you've built.
You'll still lose a lot if you get kicked off a major platform you're on, but you should be building your contacts on multiple platforms and building your email list, and the website still works.
What did you study in school?
Political science, but I was also on the Daily Bruin advertising staff, so I sold ads. So I put myself I paid half of my schooling through ads. These are print ads.
What are those?
Right. Well, it's like a phone printed out.
Did you teach yourself video then?
I've been in video marketing a little bit longer than some people, and and also just general online video. So when you say when did it start or how did you learn, the thing is that I never stopped learning, and I never sort of started, like it just as a continuum, because whatever you were doing 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, it's entirely different. So someone says, when did you start? You're like, when did you start what? I'm doing something totally different than I was doing yesterday.
So what are you doing different today that you weren't doing yesterday?
I think it's an integration. So we are focused on helping businesses approach YouTube with a how-to video strategy in mind.
Okay.
The same way they're doing their content marketing strategy on their blogs. They've been doing this for 10 years. Businesses have been doing this in depth for 10 years. Give away your expertise on blogs. But on video, particularly YouTube, they're still sort of, well, we have to tell them how great we are. But they don't want to know how great you are. Even if you absolutely want to buy a product from a company, you will only watch one commercial. So how do you get them to show up more than once is you give them what they're asking for, which is not about your product exclusively. We recommend have your videos be 20% about what you're selling, be 80% about your sphere of knowledge. So once you've given them this expertise, they're searching on it, they will come, they subscribe, and by the way, we sell captioning. So that's what we advocate. As we continue to evolve, we are looking for ways both to do paid that does not overwhelm and mistarget, and that's an ongoing process because I feel paid media is one of the easiest ways to misspend your budget if you don't do it right. So we're continually looking for ways to spend that targeting right and promote organically and paid off of YouTube to get people to be aware of YouTube. You don't necessarily want to drive them directly from Instagram or Facebook. That's not really a good strategy to try to drive huge traffic from one platform to another. But if they're on this other platform and you're focused on YouTube, you still want to make them aware of what you're doing. So you can do content multiplication, which is making out little clips, which is something like your service would be great for. But also doing still images or pull quotes, just a little text on Twitter. The full integrative package. How do you take captions or text from a video, turn that into a blog post?
Repurposing your content.
Yes.
You know, I do a lot of video editing, especially in After Effects, and I'm always looking at cool new tutorials for intros and, motion graphics and things like that. There are some that I watch that are 2-3 years old, right? That content is always there. Repurposing content, resharing it, and recycling it on the other platforms where stuff does not last.
Part of the non-YouTube video world, you can definitely recycle it. It's only been there for 2 days, and that's gone.
Well, thanks for hanging out.
Fist bump?
Yep.
Boom!
Talking to us about YouTube and repurposing content. So.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Well, thank you, Dane. Thanks for being golden.
Thank you.